And my brain immediately goes, "You're wrong. Shut up."
I remember because port's a 4-letter word and left is a 4-letter word. That's my.
I just know it's starboard and port as just the order, and in my brain it's immediately, "No, abort! You fucked it up." Yeah, port. Doom, 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 doom. Then something about a jib sail. Doom, doom, doom. All right. Yeah. Old man having a tug of war with a sea vulture over a younger, more a younger gentleman.
Okay. Ganzorig with his bow.
I did it with my bow and half of my face.
Yeah, second range increment. These fucking things. Bard song still running. Divine favor, judgment, weapon, dex, bab. Okay. We're gonna save the aim for the secondary attacks, but we're gonna have a shot on this one.
You do have +1 from above because it is at sea level.
Sweet. AC 17, AC 24.
Both are hits.
Okay, I'll just roll the damage together. That's 4d8 plus 10. 2 arrows for 23 damage.
Okay. The bird does not like the situation it's in.
We will aim and then fire our second arrow for the round. Plus 1 from above, plus 2 for the aiming. AC 28.
The hits.
For another 9 damage.
Okay. All right, the bird is very wounded.
Nice. Hey, random. How's it going? Whoa, these are tough bad birds.
Ginsher, I think, has a loaded crossbow.
Yep, he can aim for the back square of the. He can take a step forward. This looks like second range increment.
Second range increment, +1 from above.
Nice, because of the ship.
The ship is taller than the sea level. Otherwise, the ship doesn't work. It's a submarine at that point.
All right, Jin should range attack +3 base. +3, +1 for above, +1 for Bard song. -2 for
one shoots the old man in the head.
-2 for range.
Screw your adventure.
He will aim. He will take the time to aim because you might as well with a crossbow. AC 12.
Okay, you do hit the bird. It just doesn't penetrate. It's dark and dirty feathers. Karen is going to attempt to heal you.
He'll get Zorig with his 46 damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just make sure my face stays pretty.
Okay, he's going to use his tankard that he was able to convince was something he was allowed to hold, and will cast sacrifice a second circle spell to heal you for 20 hit points.
20, nice. Yep. Oh, thanks. It still hurts a bit though.
But quit your bitching. You're fine. You'll grow a beautiful beard over the scar. It'll be good.
He's the only one that has spells, right? Someone who hasn't been able to study, so
someone who's a wizard.
No, he's a spellcaster. He does have some spells that he can cast without. He's an alchemist spellcaster, which is like a sorcerer.
Okay.
And he does have magic missile. So someone who's going to wander out. Magic missile, 150 feet away. I think is out of range. Long for magic missile or medium?
I thought it was medium.
Medium is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level. He is a 4th level caster. It is out of range. I could maybe magic missile the old man.
Yeah, that's not necessarily helpful. else we got? Just gonna check what Grimsby's got for range. I don't think he's got anything that isn't his. He's busy trying to steer the ship, I think.
Oh, we're too far. Too far.
Okay.
We need to turn port.
Doom, 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 doom. All right.
Who's in charge of this thing? You! He points at
The captain's down below. We're going port.
Is there some dude at the wheel?
There's a dude at the wheel.
Okay, yes. Someone who's going to go and complain to the guy at the wheel. We need to turn port.
Okay,
Are you turning? He's watching what's going on.
He is spinning the wheel. There is a bit of a mess below the main mast as they did cut sails to slow down rapidly. All right. All right. The vulture is going to make one. So this vulture is bloodied. It doesn't really want to play with you anymore, and it does care about survival. The other ones got hurt and then died right away. It's like, nope, you're dead. It's going to make an opposed CMB check against the old man.
Okay. As it's trying to pull the dude away.
Pull the dude away.
Okay.
All right.
Snack.
Okay, so I think technically this is a CMB versus the old man's CMD. So that's how this works. All right. Giant angry bird versus grumpy old man. Okay. Giant angry bird takes and is going to fly. It didn't get. Oh, it did get hurt. Yes. And you were from this direction. It's going to fly this way. All right. Now the boat. The boat moves its last move as it's, and you're trying to get it to turn. So everybody is now going this way, 25 feet. So the boat's ramping is turning around, but the universe actually goes around the boat because it's part of the map.
We are the center of the universe.
You're the center of the universe. The heliosphere is really the promosphere. All right. The sea vulture is taking a man away. You can see the man on the boat is.
The bird's now within range. Someone was gonna cast a spell. He knows he's not supposed to be casting spells because they did, but they can't stop the sorcerer. They can't stop the spellcaster.
You can just tell them to stop casting spells.
Yeah. I need to check his feats. Does he have the? He doesn't have the thing that does extra for evocation. So a 4th level caster is 2d4 plus 2. Like it's not 4 damage.
Okay. 36. It needs to make a check to keep altitude.
Oh.
It keeps altitude.
All right, Ganzorig. 160, just in second range.
Just the second range increment, +1 from above. Yep.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna fire 2 arrows. -2 rapid shot, +1 from above. We've got Bard Song in there. We're not aiming on these shots. AC nat 20, AC 25.
Modron is like, you guys took a couple of weeks off. Let's just make things interesting.
16 to confirm.
16 does not confirm.
Okay. 48 plus 10 damage, though. 24 damage on the 2 hits from the rapid shot.
Okay. This bird dies, and the man gets dropped into the sea.
Oh. How do we get him out?
The relative motion between you and the people at sea has dropped significantly. It's now just the natural flowing of the sea, so the raft and the man are drifting at 10 feet per round, different than the boat.
Okay, I think Jin Who's in charge up top here?
Right now, it's actually people are looking to Grimsby, who is like the second to Mulgrimir.
Do you wish me to go and save that man who has gone overboard?
Yeah.
Okay. In this weird springing coil, like he drops the crossbow onto the deck. In this weird springing coil, he jumps and like his entire snake body is going into the sea, and he doesn't come up right away. You just see him like swimming swimming out. I don't know how far he can jump from a standing long jump, but he does have a really good jump skill. He gets a 26 on his jump.
Okay, so you make it. It's 13 feet. It's basically double DC. You spring out, and then you begin swimming.
Do monks have the when you're?
Monks eventually get the. It's always counts as moving.
Yeah, and I don't know through Tutori if he gave that up or not, but
I will just quickly double check. I think it's called high jump,
which is
fifth.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't have that. All right, so he jumps out, and then I don't know if that's part of a move or how does that work?
We'll take that. What is your move speed?
20 swim.
20 is swim? Okay, so you've got 10 feet left in that swim.
It's one move and 2 more moves. So he's making his way out.
Okay. The old man in the raft is paddling towards the dude. They're drifting this way, and he's paddling that way. And this is just drifting this way. Karen is casting another spell on Ganzorig to another 20 healing.
Yeah, Ganzorig might be casting a spell on Ganzorig. That would be 8. 20 on Ganzorig brings him down to 6. Ganzorig will cast 1 spell on himself to heal up the remainder.
Yeah.
Actually, he'll cast a spell on Karen, just to be nice.
Hey,
he gets
teamwork.
12 back.
There we go. Acadian and Cord.
Oh, thanks for coming up here. He says quietly so that the other guys can't see. That bird was a son of a bitch.
We can't have it messing up your beautiful face.
Lihida's trying to get the pirates to like get hooks and ropes ready to.
Yep.
I don't know if they're listening to him. He's got an 8 charisma, but he's doing that. He's got a grappling hook.
Give me a strength-based diplomacy check.
So I add 2 or 4 or what?
What's your strength score?
Oh, strength base. 8.
8. Okay, so in diplomacy, but instead of -1, add 8.
Okay. Do what I say. 24.
24. I am the yeeter of oars. Do what I say, right?
Or thrower.
Yeah, you've got the Lihida has developed the nickname of the oarsman.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to his nom de guerre. Nom de guerre, the oarsman. The oars are good too. Like he'll fucking huck oars at enemies for D8, and then the D8 ones would be 2D6.
Yep.
The good improvised weapons.
The good improvised weapons. We got lots of them. They're light and sturdy. Okay.
I think at this point it's just trying to get the boats to.
Okay. It looks like you have a swim speed, right?
Yeah.
So I think you can swimming run, I believe.
Yep. Swimming run.
I'm not saying you need to swimming run. I'm just
4 times movement, or it's 4, right?
Yeah, it would be 4 unless you have a feat.
It's 2 more rounds to get to the dude.
Okay. I'm going to roll 3 checks for the dude. First, it's going to be you had 1d6 plus 1 rounds before bleeding out. 6 rounds before bleeding out. You get to him before he bleeds out. You have a swim speed, which means you have no problems casting while treading water. Okay.
Yeah, he has stabilize as a shaman cantrip, assuming he hasn't drowned in that 3 rounds.
Nope, he has not drowned.
Okay. Yeah, he's bringing him back to this raft.
Okay.
Lay him on the raft, make sure that he's okay, and then he's going to start dragging or pushing the raft towards the boat.
Okay, you see the older man sort of like securing the younger man, and he's like, you can see him checking for a heartbeat and stuff. He seems relatively competent. He doesn't look necessarily trustful of the snake man, but he's not like freaking out at the snake man.
Darkness has not engulfed his soul yet. There is still light in his life, is what he says. He's just pushing the raft.
We must keep the darkness away.
Indeed. Are you a follower of a Monitor?
What is the Monitor the god of?
He's the lawful neutral deity of the sun, law, and civilization. He's a Ferunian god that I'm going to say also has sway on Ruak.
All right.
And probably at odds with Palor, who's the neutral good god of the sun. Like, there's probably a conflict.
The name is familiar, but I do not call out to the Monitor.
There are many names for the great orb of fire in the sky that brightens the world. There would be darkness without it. It does not matter if you call out to him. You are under its sun for half of the time.
He nods to this.
Paddle, paddle, paddle. Just big fucking snake legs. Pushing the boat.
Okay, you do see that the old guy is pulling a knife off, like, you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
He is pulling a knife off of Van's body, and he is putting it on his own person. He looks like he's trying to hide the fact that he's doing it. He's just no good at hiding things. I don't know if you care.
There is no need for your fangs, old man. You will be at the mercy of our captain soon.
I saw your colors. Hopefully there is mercy.
You are the first boat that we have plundered.
And plunder. If it is plunder you are after, then you will want to find our ship. Okay, at this point,
Didn't you? He's happy to play pirate because he's learning about two-legged people by playing pirate.
hey, all right. So
is that how it works? Why would you leave your ship?
darkness infested the ship.
Oh, this is of concern.
Yes. Forbidden treasures.
Cursed things, then.
He nods. You are a scholar of Nagaji?
I am a speaker of the past. A shaman amongst my kind. I bask in the light and ward away the darkness that threatens to consume us all. Perhaps you could use your knowledge as a bargaining chip with our captain.
Perhaps I shall. He keeps good company. Thank you, Jinshu. I think you gave your name.
Yeah, he was kind of.
Yep. I am Pablo.
Is this a companion of yours? You seem to have concern over the young two-legged.
He is my son, following in my footsteps.
Ah. Is family important to you?
Days like today remind you that family is more important than anything.
Okay, before Jinshu helps them climb up onto the boat, he will channel positive energy to heal. And I think his channels do 2d6. Oh. Yeah, 2d6. So 12, I think.
12. Yeah, it's 12. Okay, the van wakes up. He has a rather shocked, oh my god, there's a giant fucking snake man beside me. Look on his face.
Greetings, broodling of Pablo.
Greeting. He's looking around. Greetings.
Perhaps you could help us. Perhaps you could help me lift Pablo from your tiny boat into the larger one, given that you are now at the mercy of our captain.
You see, Van is now basically trying to grab for a knife that's not there. Then he acquiesces.
Is that the only weapon that these two have?
He did have a sword that he was using, but it seemed to get lost when he was carried away and knocked unconscious.
Jinshu will put his hand out, like asking the old man for the knife.
Okay. Okay. Pablo will hand it over.
Okay. He just sticks it at his belt, and we'll help them up into the boat.
Okay.
And then haul the whole raft up, because I don't know if Jin knows the raft is useless at this point. It floats.
As Jinshu is climbing up, you hear Potts yelling about who cut the main jib and why did we stop.
The big buzzard cut it. Ganzorig just doesn't know.
Okay.
Lihida helps the old man. Oh, welcome to the promise. Welcome to the promise. Raft.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Many thanks for your assistance. He's looking around for who is Mr. Potts.
Jin presents the knife to Mr. Potts.
Thank you, Jinshu. Good work. He's sweating a bit. His hair is a little mussed. He just got his voice a little bit raspy from some particular bellowing. He was yelling kind of at Grimsby about who cut what.
Captain, you may want to ask them about the Ship of Darkness. This is of grave concern to us all.
Okay, Pablo is not making long eye contact with Mr. Potts.
Yep.
He's not like staring him down. He's taking glances. He is nodding with Jinshu's words. Ship of Darkness. Okay. So, welcome aboard the Promise. Y'all Flotsam got any names? I am Pablo. I'm Van, and this is my father. Thank you for your assistance. He's looking around. Is there anything I can do to help while on board? Mr. Potts is... there's a mainsail that needs untangling. Points. Van nods and is basically going over and joining the crew in getting the bird out of the mainsail. You'll be a couple of hours before you're actually going to be able to sail at any sort of decent speed.
Sunwoo's going to watch. Using his climb speed, he'll help. He doesn't know what he's doing, but in 20 with a climb speed, I'm sure he could be useful.
Yep. Gren is hiding in the crow's nest because they got everything under control.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
know about it.
Ganzorig's counting the arrows. He's got 5 left after the fight. I lost track about halfway through, but I'm like 3 around. Okay. He's got like, oh, I only got 5 arrows left. Let's hope that let's hope they have more down there.
Yeah. Just see what's going on.
I know I was carrying at least 100.
Are these of any use? He's holding out like the bag of musket balls and a horn of gunpowder.
Oh no, that's Imperial stuff. Maybe well, I don't know. Maybe the alchemists might use it.
The powder for sure, but might be able to sling the bullets.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Stick that through somebody's head, and he's got one of the bullets, and he pushes it against Corinne's head. Yeah, that would hurt.
All right, Mr. Potts. Tell me about your ship of darkness. Okay. Pablo and Mr. Potts and Grok are being pulled over to a back room for a conversation. Shortstone is there as a navigator. Sun Wu is demanded to.
Okay, he'll scramble down from helping with ropes to go and listen to cool stuff.
Okay.
I'm Sun Wu. Who are you?
Mulgrimir is also brought in to discuss. I am Pablo, scholar, archaeologist.
Alchemist, spellcaster.
You are a Venaran of the island nations west of here, I believe.
Oh. Homeland in J Kingdom, yes. He's now like stroking his tail, hoping that nobody's heard of him turning the city into a shadow, realm. Like this is like kind of a shifting, like he's guilty of something. Gaetano's not in the room.
We'll go with Gaetano is currently not in the room.
Okay.
Simply because I don't know enough about him to get his personality right or what he's doing. He's sleeping.
His accent's very hard too. The Cajun.
It's like the Cajun one, right? It's
the
Bayou. Oh, there now, boy, the crawdad.
Also serving the captain as cartographer.
I am Shortstone. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Pablo. I am head cartographer of the Promise. This is my assistant, Sun Wu.
Oh.
You're pretty certain you can stomp Shortstone into the ground if you wanted to.
If I had my equipment. My formula book.
Yeah, when it comes to like fisticuffs, he might beat you in that. But okay, Grok is stepping out by the door. Mulgrimir, first mate. Okay, there's a nod. All right. Ship of Darkness. Let's go. Our ship sunk. Yeah, I gathered that. We were at sea for several days. We were carrying treasure. Treasure from a lost isle. It is valuable, but dangerous.
Oh, a question? From which culture?
An island tribe of what I believe to be elvish cannibals.
Oh. Not 2 words that you probably have put together. Elvish cannibals.
Elves have been on this world for quite some time.
Oh, I don't know how to speak Elvish. I never met them before. Very rare.
Most of them are in the northeast. But there is a chain of islands that have many untold secrets. The shackles. There are spots and places that have not been exposed to civilization for quite some time. We were able to procure an artifact of significant, well, potentially significant power, and we're trying to take it to study.
Oh, question. Is it an elvish artifact or a different culture?
Mulgrimir is nodding and sort of, he likes that. That is a good question.
If they're uncivilized, then perhaps they are squatting in places that perhaps they found something from. And there's lots of people in the shackles, so yep.
I believe that the artifact is elvish.
Ooh.
Although there's other concepts that think it might be potentially demonic, potentially religious in significance, or possibly that of a proto-being of some sort.
Proto-being? Early?
Yes. Pre-modern race. Are you familiar with the concept of creation?
He's got 1 rank in knowledge history. Or knowledge planes, I'm not sure. Or
okay, you can knowledge planes or knowledge history.
Okay, they're both the same. 24.
You would know this from, like, there's never a chapter on Venarians. There are certain, like, you know the idea that, like, elves and humans and dwarves and stuff are viewed as special and different from things like fae and demons and devils. And you know that, like, the things that were created by gods versus the things that are, like, part of gods would be, like, kind of the basic concept. You have the basics that, like, the classification of mortal that has a soul that is attributed to gods upon their death are created by gods. And, that, like, it's that very surface level understanding.
Interesting. So you got this artifact and then your ship sunk? Are those two events connected?
There was a great storm that occurred along the way back. The captain was very covetous of the artifact.
Oh. Knowledge Arcana? Are we aware of artifacts having possessive powers? Oh, no, net 1. Oh, it must be really important then.
Very sounds like it's worth something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There was a storm. There was paranoia. And in the chaos, the ship ran across, I don't know if it was a rock. After that, there was some form of explosion. I grabbed what was important to me, and I left.
Why are we calling the ship a ship of darkness?
The Elpez, the artifact we've been calling Dead Man's Lament. I believe that it is... It might be dangerous.
Oh, Dead Man's Lament. What does it look like? Someone who stopped putting his hand up. I don't know if he's now oblivious if there's anyone giving him dirty looks for asking too many questions.
No, everybody's like, there's people are nodding at, he's doing a good job. He's inquisitive. It looks like the petrified remains of it was obviously not a halfling, but it's not quite a man. Doesn't have the features of an elf, but is humanoid.
Maybe a goblin?
In the act of self-harm.
Oh. Like biting his nails or something.
He mimes basically drawing a dagger or a sword across one's belly.
Oh. Yeah. Stupid warriors honorable warriors in the Iron Kingdoms do that, I think. When they're bad. I never really understood it too much.
It's a most unique thing. I'm hoping to determine if it was a carving or actually a spell or curse.
So, taller or shorter than Shortstone here?
Hey! Pablo's putting it, it's slightly taller, but
Just hold still. Stop standing on your tippy toes.
longer limbs. So where'd your ship go down, Mulgrimir? We were at sea for several days. If you had maps, we might be able to find the location.
Oh, idea? Shouldn't we be able to spot the storm? Or do we remember seeing a storm? I don't know, I was inside. It's not my job to look for storms. We got all sorts of maps here.
Just starts pulling out random maps.
See?
Okay. So yeah, you could potentially try to isolate it based off of memories of storms. Ganzorig might be aware of where there was like dark clouds in the sky.
Yep.
They're currently chilling up in a crow's nest.
Oh, you want me to go talk to Ganzorig? He spends a lot of time up in the crow's nest. He's the archer, right? The Acunian? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to him.
And Samu leaves, and then as Pablo is starting to, I assume our cooperation in helping you find and plunder the treasures of El Pez is sufficient for safe passage for myself and my son.
That's the ship's name?
Yep.
And someone who's like slowing down to hear he wants to hear the answer.
We'll see what we find.
He's a little disappointed at the captain's. He just goes climbing up.
Good job, everyone!
It's the people that are undoing the ropes. Oh, hey there.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, you fought the birds really good?
I punched the shit out of one.
Oh yeah, the bird almost ate my face, but I got a couple of them.
Hey, no, I saw.
You throwing magic there? You gotta practice more. Get more of a work out those muscles a bit. Throw the magic faster.
Oh yeah, it's just a little trick I know. Oh, there's a sunken boat full of treasure.
Oh.
And they sank a couple days ago. Did you see any storms in the distance? And I don't know which way. Which way? Mulgrimir.
Okay. Ganzorig, give me a spot check, perception check.
Perception? Yep.
You remember seeing, it was a couple days back, and you're like, all the days kind of blend into one another when nothing happens. So either 2 or 3 days ago, you remember Katie was pissed off at something, just Giving the Extitia is the what's the water god?
Lord of Water is Istitia. Yeah.
Istitia. Giving Istitia, like, just giving Istitia the beans.
Oh, it was about 2 or 3 days back in that direction over there. Okay, you sure that one? So some relative to the mast and which way we're going? Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Some goes scrambling down. Oh, we might be going after the treasure, by the way. Oh yeah, I guess that by the treasure boat. We got a snake.
Treasure.
We got a snake man that looks like he can swim pretty good. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I guess swimming away from the boat's not an option. So he scratches his head, then smiles. Smiles at Ganzorig and Karen. He didn't say that loud enough for at least he thinks for the other pirates to hear. But he goes scrambling back down. Oh, neat trick with your spell, by the way. Oh, Katie provides. Yeah. Prefer Kozuth, but
Do we like Kozuth?
oh, Kozuth is fire. A Katie can feed Kozuth, also strangle him. Some people say the sun's Kozuth, but I'm not too sure about that. Although the sun can burn. I'm not sure. They got other names for that.
When they put fire in the water, you get alcohol.
Yeah, I guess Kozuth and Istitia are drinking buddies.
And when you brew the beer, when you ferment the beer, you get a Katie in the head.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you grow the barley on top of Grumbar. It all seems to work out there. Oh. Now that there's no fighting, I think another first level spell to heal the last 6 damage.
Yeah, Karen will give himself a touch of fervor to clear up his 3.
You left a spot there. You're trying to scar my pretty face. Oh, he said, and he just says the direction relative to the way the boat's going. Oh, that way. 2 or 3 days back, though, it was in that direction. So
all right. Who's leading a knowledge geography, knowledge arcana, profession ship?
Kana Sunwoo can lead the Arcana. He can.
Okay.
He knows about stars and charts. Geography doesn't fucking have a clue where he is right now.
All right, let me check Mulgrimir's sheet because I think he is piratey.
I think he's built to be the boat guy.
Yeah. Okay. He's got profession sailor, and he's got knowledge geography. All right, we have a boatman.
The party's along for the ride. You shanghaied a bunch of rando landlubbers stuck on a boat, and they haven't been. Well, they leveled up through the stuff they did on land. Like they haven't,
which wasn't boat skills. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And some of them might never quite be.
They might not be boat people.
Oh, this is like a campaign bonus +1 for a profession sailor or something, but
they might be more Marines than they are sailors, is what we're saying. All right. If you could, let's get your aids. Get the aids in for Mulgrimir.
Well, someone could do a +12 Arcana, which is the same as Mulgrimir's profession
sailor, but he also has traits. He's got so many traits. Mark builds.
Oh, seed traits.
Seed traits. I think this is one where he gets to use. So choose one professional skill and one ability other than wisdom. You can add that ability score modifier in addition to your wisdom. So he gets to add his charisma to.
And his wisdom's 10 anyway, so it's just basically.
He's a sexy sailor man.
He wills his way through the sea.
His personality lets him know how to make the correct decision. Okay. So, give me a. Let's get aids. We're going to use the super duper mega aid rule.
Okay. So I'm gonna aid
Ganzorig already rolled his aid, so that's plus 2.
Oh, that should be 2 more. 22 from Sun Wu for his knowledge.
Okay, so that's a plus.
No, that's right. It's 20.
That's a plus 5. All right, who do we got else involved? Let's see what Chum Chum does. Chum Chum, who is smart, Chum Chum is going to attempt to aid.
The monkey.
The monkey. Chum Chum aids for plus 2.
Ooh. So looks annoyed at the monkey.
Short Stone says something stupid. Okay, so
Someone was just shaking his head, looking at Mulgrimir to see if Mulgrimir caught the stupid thing that was said. Don't worry, I have no designs on being the cartographer. The ship's alchemist, however.
there's a plus 6 where we're going to say that the natural one failed is going to be a -1 instead of a -2. Mr. Potts is interested in treasure. Mr. Potts is also a good sailor. Okay, so that's a plus 8. So we've got a plus 20. And then Mulgrimir is going
And can Pablo help find his own ship?
Oh, yeah, Pablo. Pablo can indeed help find his own ship. He is good at this stuff. Pablo adds a plus 4. It's plus 24. Pablo is not taking the lead because he's not taking responsibility for your ship. As in, he's not risking you being upset with what happens to the ship. All right. And the last thing, I think we're going to spend 1 archaeologist luck to get a plus 2 bonus from just being a lucky boy. All right, so we got a plus 26. 32. Okay. At this point you've basically got your compasses out and your maps, and you've got 2 different scales of map, and you're basically triangulating all the different clues, and you've got it narrowed down to like a 500 by 500 patch of sea. It should be somewhere here, sir. Should we?
Someone who clapped like fucking little hopping, little fucking happy clap, like someone who was very excitable.
Short Stone is busy pointing at a different map in like the wrong direction. Sun Wu, you know that how he went wrong was he read the current backwards.
Okay.
So he basically had like the drift rate of the men lost at sea going the wrong direction.
He doesn't correct. He doesn't correct him. He's eyeing to see if Mulgrimir and the others are even paying attention to Shortstone anymore. Oh, it looks like we found it, Captain. Did we do good?
Yeah, you did very good.
Oh.
Give me a charisma check for Sun Wu.
All these characters that I play with much higher charisma than they do. 6. Brown nosing little Venarin.
All right, Sun Wu. You've got a special assignment.
Ooh.
Make certain our pal Pablo here is happy and healthy, and we know where he is. And no poking around where you're not supposed to poke.
Ooh. Okay. Sun Wu will pick up like a slightly rotten apple off the table, cast Purify Food and Drink on it to make it nice and ripe, and give it to the old man.
Thank you, Sun
It's a green granny apple.
Wu. It's a green granny apple.
Sun Wu smiles a little bit. He's getting closer. He just needs to brown nose a little bit more, and he'll get his formula book back and his equipment, and then.
Shortstone, clean that table. Clear that table. Yes, sir. He goes about doing some of the menial work. All right. It takes a couple hours to get the ship sails back and ready. You have a large diseased bird carcass.
Yeah, how's Ganzorig feeling?
Ganzorig. Yeah, let's just
Figure out what disease.
figure out which disease it was. So
Turning into a zombie.
all right. It's this list. Okay, I need a D10.
Oh, you're gonna make me roll it, you bastard. 4. Oh, feels so good.
I don't feel so good. All right. Okay. Ganzorig. If you could roll a D3.
2.
Okay. You don't feel good right now. You have a bit of a cough, and you think you've like over the next like day, you've got like your eyes are itchy.
Oh, stupid bird, sea air.
And you can put a very apt acronym, BS, beside the disease.
Dirty bird disease. BS. Okay. Alrighty. Rubs his eyes stupidly. He doesn't have heal.
I'll just check Karen. He is up there to see if he had any sense that the birds are diseased. He's kind of a big, dumb, happy guy. I put magic on you and the hole's closed. What else could go possibly wrong?
Oh, you got shot. I'll cast my magic.
Yep. Okay. They pull the vulture out from the netting.
Is anyone demanding Genzorig's bow back?
That hasn't seemed to cross anybody's mind.
And were there any other? There were only 20 arrows in that, or 21 arrows or whatever in that bucket.
Well, you had 1 arrow on your person, and there was
sorry.
20 arrows in the bucket.
Okay, so Genzorig's gonna leave his bow, like tie it loosely up in the crow's nest along with the 5 arrows, and then climb back down if he's not feeling good. He'll come back down.
Okay. You also have a rifle. Like a single spot.
The bucket just goes. He's leaving the rifle alone. He's not interested in the Imperial weapons.
And then there was a short bow.
He gives it to he leaves it up there for Karen. Just a regular short bow.
It's a composite strength 2 short bow.
Okay, it's up in the crow's nest.
Okay.
Like tied with like a shoestring, like leather.
It's matched work. You're not certain whose it is. It's a good short bow.
Okay.
Okay, Corinne will hop his way down. After take a nap up there, people jumping around with the ropes and stuff. Okay. Let me double check Grimsby. What's the skill set that I'm interested in? Okay, they cut the bird out of the netting, or out of the sail. Specifically, they cut the bird to remove it from the sail,
Yep.
And they dump it overboard. They decided that it is a sickly thing and not something that they want to consume. The boat has full rations. You haven't been at sea long enough to be like, yes, we'll eat potentially diseased foul bird thing. Not there yet. And the boat sets sail. You have a small raft. It's currently just sort of stacked up as like extra wood that could be used for something aboard the ship. You are bringing it with you. It does look like it's actually a piece of another ship. I know this one is like a bunch of bamboo, but it's much more of a bit of shipwreck.
Ogrimir?
Yes, yes, Sunwoo.
Ship of Darkness, cursed, underwater. Ganzorig got his bow back. Everyone seems to be getting along. Not that we have any choice. There's nowhere to swim to. Probably be a good idea if we all had all our equipment back. Just saying. You seem to be much more,
He crosses his fingers.
close to the captain. You know, coming from that one boat to another boat.
Yep. I'll see what I can do. No promises.
I also want to see the big guy swing around that ridiculously large sword. I don't think he can do it.
I don't think he can either.
He seems really intense about it, though. I wouldn't toss it overboard or treat it like an anchor. It might actually be his temple. Like, he might worship it in some weird way.
Good work. He's gonna sort of march off. Chum Chum is going to he's climbing up beside you on the table, and he tugs at some of your arm hair.
Oh, I'm not a monkey.
He puts his hand out.
Okay.
Chum Chum shakes your hand.
You're a smart one, aren't you?
And then he's skittering up to climbing up into the corner. You know?
He doesn't have vocal cords.
You have a very strange crew here.
They collected us. About half of us are, well, sort of like you. Picked up along the way, sold in slavery.
Making yourselves useful.
Trying to make ourselves useful, yeah. Why were you on your boat? What was your role? Did you send them there to go get the artifact? Are you like the historian?
Give me a sense motive.
He's just barraging him with questions. And we're going to accept whatever he says. Sunwoo's wisdom is... Yep.
He's not. They don't call him the wise monkey.
12.
12?
Well, the book said.
I'm just an old scholar.
Ooh. So they hired you then? Or you hired them?
He nods to your... He nods at a convenient spot where it could be either of those answers. It's whichever one you feel like you want to believe.
Was it just because the thing was there? Or is there a specific use that you wanted the... What was it called? The Dead Man's Lament? Do you know what it does?
It's supposed to, in theory, let you control death itself.
Oh. Like controlling undead? You know, Mulgrim's old boat had a bunch of zombies on it.
That's the most basic form of controlling death.
Oh, so controlling on death. Not controlling whether you live or die. Interesting. Necromancy.
Depends on which tales you believe to be true.
Well, I think this one's true. But, yeah, I see what you're saying. Rumors. Will require study. Using
He
experimentation.
cuts the apple you gave him in half, and he offers you half.
Oh, thank you.
He'll chew on the apple.
Yep.
You missed a spot over there.
Okay, a spoon is hurled in your direction. Now that he doesn't realize that Chum Chum is actually watching.
Yep. Don't mind short spoon.
He doesn't like crit you or anything like that. He just.
He's actually a pirate, I think. No, he was captured too, right?
He was captured, but he's like, I want to be a pirate. This is, he turncoated right away.
I think he likes being a pirate.
You don't know anything.
I know lots of things.
Don't know anything. Just a stupid monkey. Just a stupid monkey. Monkey doesn't know things. Okay.
You're a bald monkey.
Someone.
No offense. No offense, he says to Pablo.
Pablo shrugs. Someone will give me a perception check.
Sure. We're better at this. 17.
Chum Chum is relieving himself in a bag.
Okay.
Chum Chum is relieving himself in, well, it's not your bag. Just a stupid monkey.
Someone who's got a bit of a smile as he's eating his apple. He's purposefully not looking in that direction.
All right. With your excellent check, it takes you only a single day to get within what you believe to be the vicinity of the wreck.
Before that night, we need our stuff like in the morning and stuff. So yeah, does Mulgrimir come through, or are we all naked and afraid?
Mulgrimir comes through in terms of stuff. Now, Sun Wu gets his alchemist kit and his spell book.
Okay, he also has like alchemical items and a bow.
Yep. Yeah, that's all acceptable.
So his equipment basically is restored, is what we're saying.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
Ganzorig.
Mulgrimir gets a hug from Sunwoo. Like someone was so happy that he kind of forgets his like hugging onto his arm or something.
If there's anything else that's required, let me know.
Thank you, Mulgrimir. Thank you. There's like a little bit of bowing, and Sunwoo runs off happily to go prepare his fucking X-rays.
Lihida gets his gear.
Oh, nice.
Basically just full hog. Jinshi already had his gear.
Yeah, he was.
My weapons! Look at them all!
Ganzorig gets arrows. And his dagger. Yeah, they give him his heavy pick and his shield. He has a lot of shields, doesn't he?
He's got two.
He's got two of them. So he gets a dagger and one of his shields.
Okay.
And then there's this comment that's raised is like, couldn't find your bow.
Oh, no problem. I think I know where I dropped it. The stupid shady grin. This is the first time Ganzorig has even grinned around Mulgrimir's presence, and then he, like, for a moment forgot his hatred of orcs as his gear was being returned. He's got his armor?
Yeah, your armor.
Okay.
Good work. Good work, Ganzorig.
Well, maybe this time I won't get chewed to shit. I got my armor on.
That was made clear to the captain.
And then he like clearly is Karen's friend. Like he's like, what about we guy here?
Karen, they are. Let's see. So he already had his woolly rhino horn battle tankard as he claimed it was his just drinking cup, guys.
Yeah, until they saw him beat to death the horse,
The giant bird.
yeah, the horse-sized bird.
Okay. They saw him act very bravely and valiantly. So he's given his armor.
If the birds weren't so dirty, we would have tried to capture one for an animal companion.
Flying. They're big enough and strong enough, you know.
Yeah, but they were so dirty.
They were so dirty. Oh, it's diseased seabird. So they do give Karen his gear. He points to the Akudian and human. Karen and Ganzorig.
Oh, what's that, Orc Mogramir?
Don't fuck me on this. And then he has to wait for your response.
You're not the one that took us captive. In fact, you got taken captive. Don't forget that you're also a prisoner here.
The wheel turns.
Okay.
Even at sea.
Ganzorig looks to Karen. Like, do you understand what the fuck he's talking about?
I think I understand. We're on a great wheel that makes the ocean go up and down.
What goes around comes around, I guess.
Yeah, when they come around, you punch them in the face.
That's right, Karen. You got it.
Yeah, Lee, Karen, Ganzorig, Sunwoo, Black Dog. Black Dog. I think Black Dog is still on the sick bench. Although he can prep mutagens from, like, with Lee Hita's kit, effectively.
Okay. He's asking when he sees all the gear being returned. He hobbles over. Where's my sword?
We're not going to have a problem, are we?
He shakes his head no after a long sigh.
Okay, your sword is returned to you, but you don't have your armor or your alchemist kit or your, it's just...
Okay, good enough. He seems to, like, reverently carry the massive blade over to his training ground.
And it's...
He then, like, shoos Grok away because the sword's fucking big and he doesn't want to... And then he starts training with it. Which involves sticking it into its brace on his back and quick drawing it out. And he just does this over and over and over and over and over, and then changes the way that he's swinging and does. He basically is exercising with the sword.
Hey, big guy. Don't cleave through the deck, all right?
There's this closest thing to a grin, more of a sneer from Black Dog. There's no promise. He just keeps on going back to controlling the exercise. Part of the exercise is not letting the sword coming down with a great amount of strength, but not letting the sword go all wild.
All right. Okay, so I believe that is the party. Gaetano hadn't spent most of his time trying to hide from responsibility, and I haven't had my chat with Mark yet. So Gaetano is indisposed.
It's either they don't trust him yet, or his charms are so good that he's been allowed to. They just leave this stupid fox alone.
Okay.
Look at that smirk, even on his animal companion form.
Oh, it's the. All right. It is about. It is the next day. It is about 6 p.m. when you believe you're in the right vicinity. There was a rocky outcropping that would have been challenging to navigate. Mulgrimir is a sufficiently fine captain, and Ganzorig has sufficiently fine eyes to have not you've not wrecked. Give me a fortitude save for Ganzorig.
Yeah, this is for the. How sick are you, bub? 18.
Okay. Yeah, you basically got a case of pink eye, a bit of a cough, but there's no mechanical impact yet.
Is the disease gone, or do I need another save?
You will need more saves.
Okay, so I'm going to put one save for BS. Dirty bird disease. Oh, my fucking eyes are itchy.
Stop picking at it.
Oh, they're all red.
It's because you're picking at it.
It's because they're itchy.
It's because you're picking at it.
Okay. Karen turns around. He's fucking rubbing them again.
Okay. Right. So you've made your way to where you believe this wreck is. You're in the general vicinity.
How deep is the water in the area where the wreck is?
You're expecting it to be anywhere from 20 meters. Meters is not a great way to judge it. To 60 feet to about 150 feet, depending on where, like, the exact point you are. Like, they don't have topographical maps of ocean depth don't exist yet.
Yeah. But we're in the vicinity, so can we? Well, how deep is it here? Can Ganzorig see the bottom, or
it's the water is a little bit too turbulent to see the bottom. You can tell that it's not too deep because you do see that there's like a color.
Yep.
It's not like that.
And there's
black
some
blue. That
do we see the rocks that the ship might have hit?
Yeah, the rocks that the ship might have hit. You actually navigated a reef. It was about 200 meters back.
Oh, I think we should just wait here. We don't want to be going down there at night, do we? Bad enough that we got to go in the water. Fucking swimming. He's like looking at the sky, like swimming.
How do you do me like this?
He's gonna climb down to have this conversation. I don't think it's wise. And if it's cursed and there's all sorts of ghoulies down there. I'm sure the ship has heard Dead Man's Coffer or whatever it was called. Dead Man's Lament. You had a bunch of dead men or something like that down there, all climbing around, undead, not good. We should. Hey, are you in charge, Mulgrimir? Or there he is. Fucking gets looking at the guy's belly. He turns around. Suggestion, Captain, we stick the anchor in. We wait out the night with double the watch now that we got our weapons. See if anything bad comes out. Better fighting them on the ship here and then down there. Besides, I probably don't think half of us know how to swim. Do you know how to swim? Yes, Karen.
I am a sporting man. Of course I know how to swim.
Okay, so there's one.
Child of Cord.
There's one guy. One guy knows how to swim good.
I don't want to go down there by myself, though.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? Long, rambly suggestions from Ganzorig.
All right. Mr. Potts and
then he's rubbing his eyes.
Stop that. Mr. Croc and Mr. Potts think that we should go now. It saves time. Ganzorig thinks we should wait. Karen also thinks we should wait.
Jin Shi has low light vision and the ability to create light. Question mark. Did he take that? Yes, he's got light. Him given. I would have to agree with the Ikunian if I have the name of his people correct. When the light is high above, the visibility will be the best. Unless the weather is worse tomorrow.
It could be worse tomorrow.
Can we put our heads together to see? I think survival allows you to predict weather.
Yep.
You get to play weatherman. Weather. Predict weather up to 24 hours in advance. For every 5 by which your survival check exceeds 15, you can predict the weather for 1 additional day. Ganzorig, I think, is our survival guy.
Mm-hmm.
With a plus 11. Jinshu auto aids. Black Dog auto aids. Lihida. Oh, actually, Lihida's at a 12. Does he beat Ganzorig? By 1. Okay, so we've got auto aids from Black Dog, Ganzorig.
Karen needs
Jin.
to roll a 2 to aid. Natural 20. Karen critically aids.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a plus 10 on top of Lihida's plus 12. Unless there's any other help from the crew. Oh, Mulgrimir probably cares.
Mulgrimir cares. Mulgrimir
Does not have survival.
is not a
Hey,
survival.
cool. We're helping out the captain. All right. We can predict the weather for the next 4 days.
For the next 4 days? All right. I'm going to roll d6s for the weather. 6 is bright and amazing. 1 is balls, and
Okay.
it's a scale in the middle.
Yep.
The weather is going to be terrible. You have got it's going to storm tomorrow. It's already rumbling tonight. Like it's going to get rough tonight.
Yep.
It'll back off a little bit after on the second day. The third day will be rough, and then on the fourth day, you think that it should break.
Okay. This is what Lihida is saying that.
Well, I think we're in agreement. 4 days from now will be the best day for us to go. There's a storm brewing. We don't want to be caught down there with a bunch of ghoulies.
Oh, that's right.
We should
Like, which way? Like, could we ride out of the storm for a little bit and then come back?
You probably don't want to be here for the storm because you're going to get tossed around,
close to
and
the
there's
rocks, yeah.
rocky rifts.
We should probably be away from the rocks when the storm comes. It's gonna come in the next few hours.
Like, the evening, right? Or
Yep.
the morning storm, or
It's gonna be some like it's gonna pick up sometime later this evening. It's already starting to rain.
Storm's on the horizon. We don't want to be down there.
I think
We don't have
there's-
enough.
I don't. I think there's a block that is forming.
Okay. I'm going to give a charisma check for Potts.
Oh, Pablo, quick question. There's nobody else that you know that knows about this thing and where you crashed, right? If we let the storm pass and come back, do you think everything will be okay?
I don't believe anyone knows precisely where we crashed.
Okay.
There are those who might be interested in what was carried.
Were you being followed? Do they know where you are?
I don't believe so.
Okay, Sunwoo quietly goes over to Mr. Potts.
Captain?
Yes, Sunwoo.
Well, Pablo...
He says very quietly, like kind of lean in.
Well, Pablo thinks that there are others that are interested in what the cargo was. He doesn't think that anyone knows where they crashed.
If the storm is as bad as they say, it should be relatively safe. Give me a charisma check. We're on this. Like, eventually, you'll make a friend of Mr. Potts.
2020. Brown nose. 19.
He reaches into one of his pockets, and he offers you a sugary biscuit.
Oh. If we're not
Good
going
work.
to
Good work,
today,
Sabu.
I want to show you a trick that I learned recently.
Okay, he nods.
Okay, he goes and finds. He's collected up several 10-foot coils of rope. His only second level spell is rope trick. He tosses it up against the mast. Little, come on up. He goes screwing up the rope, and then it's just sitting there eating their cookie. I don't know if Potts follows him or not, but
He shrugs and then goes climbing the rope. I've seen this trick before.
Oh, it's nice to know that the rope moves relative to the boat.
I know that if the boat is too small, it will not move.
Yeah, a good thing it didn't rip through the mast.
Yeah, good thing you ripped
It also can be used in combat.
like Sun Wu hangs upside down from the
Yep.
rope because he's got a climb speed,
Yep.
and then he's got his bow out. And he's looking up at he's looking out at the captain, and then climbs back up. Yep. 5-foot step down the rope, fire. 5-foot step back up on the rope.
He nods.
He gives the captain a big thumbs up.
But if more than 8 creatures come in here, we'll all come tumbling out, and that might be embarrassing. Just
Eight.
to let you know. 8. It's the
Eight.
magic number.
I am aware. He starts crawling down. While you're on while you're on one side of the planar boundary, and he's on the other side of the boundary. The others hear fucking monkey.
That's fine. He's trying to make friends with the captain. We're stuck with him. You know, there might be violent disagreement later. So far, he seems to be swayable. So he finishes his cookie in the rope trick and then climbs down.
We are going to clear the rocky rifts before the storm hits us proper. Get ready, boys. It's going to be a rough few days. Basically, there's 3 days of trying to not toss your cookies at sea.
Yeah, and I think anyone who doesn't have profession sailor spends those days below because we've got no reason to be out on deck, which includes Black Dog's not a sailor, Sun Wu's not a sailor, Ganzorig is from the steppes, not a sailor.
Ganzorig hadn't seen a boat before.
Lihita has 1 rank profession sailor, maybe in anticipation of this, maybe he's spending it, but he will spend time. The oarsman, he must have.
The oarsman. Well, he also was in a city that had a lot of like prominent waterways.
Yep.
Like there was his temple was waterfront.
Yep. So Lee will help upstairs. Jin will help more so just in case anyone falls over. You know, like can help.
Yep.
Help people. Mulgrimir is a sailor. Gitano, I don't think is a sailor. Nope. Karen, Skyman.
No,
I don't think knows anything about boats.
He's not a genius, and that wasn't a high priority.
Grimsby has a 1 rank which equals +5 for him, so I don't know how. So out of the crew, I think it's anyone who could possibly help. Are out of the named crew are these 3 people.
Yeah. Grimsby is helping, but he's never been like Grimsby is a guy who's either beside the helm, like he's always in a relatively central position, and he's more of a timing guy. All right.
Sun will keep watch over Pablo as he was instructed.
Okay. Van is a very good sailor. Like he would be a fine addition to any crew. Pablo, you find him to be a calm and knowledgeable man, if a little secretive. He is still spry despite his age, in terms of he can move relatively quickly when needed. The storm lays in. You already know the storm is bad. Let's give us Storm. Sorry, it'd be called a wind.
I'm gonna do a quick bio break while you're.
Certainly. While I'm looking up that. All right. Getting ready for the storm of ages. With brilliant bluster.
These characters are a lot of fun.
They are fun, aren't they?
Mm.
Interesting characters.
Black Dog's a bit grumpy, but
The Black Dog's grumpy, that's fine. I was grumpy too when I couldn't walk around properly. I still kind of don't walk quite 100% correct. It makes one grumpy. I'm like, he's been basically laid up in bed eating pirate ship food in a long time. Just
That's why he's exercising.
you start doing crunches and stuff just to get that shit working on time. All right. A grand storm is laying upon the